This is my second review for the Ryobi 18 volt 1 Plus Fogger. This is something I bought a few months back and used it for some herbicide for my pre-emerge, for my grass, for my zoysia, and did not like, even though Ryobi says that this fogger can be used for that, I did not like that aspect of it. So I'm going to try it now for mosquitoes. Here in central Tennessee, we have had a lot of rain, it's hot, and we're having a getting eat up. It's getting terrible, especially late in the afternoons. I'm going to also give this Cutter backyard bug control a shot and see how well that does. So I decided to do another review of this Ryobi Fogger. Since the first time I did it, I used the fogger to put out herbicide, and that didn't work very well. But this time, with the Cutter backyard fog control, which got some good reviews on Home Depot's website, we'll just have to find out about that. But as for the fogger itself, it really made a difference using this fogging insecticide, which I think is kind of has maybe a little oily type feel to it, where the herbicide was mostly water, and that may have been the reason. But the first time when I used it with a herbicide, it did not fog that well. It just kind of more or less a fine mist type thing. But I really like it. It was very easy to carry around and apply it through the whole yard. And although it says in the instructions that it doesn't work as well when you angle it up, like toward the trees, I found out that it actually works pretty good doing that. At first, in the front, my front yard where there was exposed sun, although it's after 7 at night, and it says on the Cutter backyard to do it at dusk is the best time to do it, because the wind is low and the more mosquitoes are prominent and they're out. But there was still some sun, and it was hard to tell if it was doing very much fogging. But when I got in the backyard, and it was a little darker and the lights were shining through the trees, it made it really easy to see that this thing is really putting out a really, really fine fog. Now, if you're familiar with the foggers, commercial foggers that run on propane, you are probably going to be let down because the propane foggers look like smoke from the exhaust of a tailpipe. That's a good way to describe it. This is not like that, but it does put out a generous fog. And whether it kills mosquitoes is going to be up to the cutter. The review said, yes, it does work. And this bottle of Cutter Backyard Insect Control insecticide was $9.97 for 32 ounces. And I have about half, after going over my front, my back, and both of my neighbors' front yard, I have about a half a tank left. So I can probably do at least my front and backyard again. So maybe it won't be too bad if I could get 2 or possibly 3 applications out of a $9 bottle. Or maybe find some on Amazon in a bigger container. But I'm a lot more pleased out of this Ryobi product now than when I got it in February and put out herbicide with it. It is not for that. I have a Ryobi sprayer that does that job very, very well. And overall, I'd have to give this a thumbs up on this fogger. You don't see many reviews on YouTube. That's why I decided to put it out. Just a few hints. Walk backwards. So you don't walk through the fog. That seems like a common sense type thing, but maybe something you wouldn't think of unless somebody kind of suggests it. It does eat up the battery. This 4 amp hour battery that I had on it had 3 bars. I checked it before I started, and it actually stopped right at exactly the moment I was getting through. It wouldn't run anymore, so it used the battery up pretty good. So this is not the battery that came with it. It had a smaller 1.5, or maybe it was a 2 amp hour battery that came with it. I'm part of the Ryobi family. I have a lot of things that's Ryobi, so I have tons of batteries, and so I decided to use a bigger one. I'm kind of glad I did. But I'll leave something in the comments later to let you know how this Cutter Backyard Bug Control worked. And but as far as the fogger, I'm really pleased with that. Okay, if you got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Or any critiques, just keep them nice. And that's it.